third change in my voice. There are various clandestine groups that seek to subvert democracy. Now keep in mind, America was historically a nation that was predominantly Christian, basically. And these so-called Christian groups don't agree on a lot of things. They don't even agree on which candidate to vote for. Therefore, they don't agree on the direction of America. None of them have ever proven, individually or collectively, that they're magically the authority on the Bible or God or Christ. I have proven that I'm the authority. The natural direction of a democracy is toward pointing to somebody who is the moral authority, who becomes the most influential person, who may as well be a king if there's a big enough gap between him and everyone else, because they should listen to him. That's just how it goes. If we had a valid democracy, we would know, because people would be rallying to me and they would be pointing to me. Informed consent is a key part of a democracy. The main attack on democracy is people who are suppressing my videos and preventing me from making my case to the masses. And as a result, 500 Americans die every day from a lack of adequate access to health care, from suicide, and from drug overdoses combined. They violate my constitutional rights and many other people's constitutional rights every single day. The system we have now undermines democracy. And there are many illegal activities going on all the time that the government is a part of and is aware of, and they refuse to address them. When you look at the stated laws, that's what people are supposed to uphold. They're not supposed to say you only have rights if you go along with a covert agenda or something. They're supposed to say, if you kill somebody and we have evidence, we arrest you, right? And we take you to trial, whether or not it advances a secret society cause. If you hack people's brains illegally, if you commit a crime while working for the government and you operate with certain impunity, when it comes time to arrest you and sentence you, you should get more time, not less. You abused your authority, and that is particularly repugnant in a society that's supposed to be free and open in a moral sense. When we look at Fox News, 4 days ago, they said that China is trying to weaponize the students. And there were controversial speeches that were given. And then, I think it was just yesterday, I'm being fumed right now, so my memory isn't serving me well right now, but I think it was yesterday, that it was in the news that a female working at the University of Michigan, where both my brothers went to school, and she's working in a lab, and her boyfriend or fiance or husband smuggled in a fungus that's supposedly part of an operation to attack the food supply of America. Do I think China by themselves have been affecting the food supply of America all this time and causing all these problems with reproductive issues and birth defects? No. And if that was the case, why didn't the FDA catch them? Why didn't the corporations catch them? Why is this not in the news? No matter how you slice it, the American government has been complicit with whatever's been going on with the food in the air. They have no right to undermine and subvert democracy. They have no right. What gives them that right? Because they're in bed with the rich? Is the Constitution just for people who obey the rich, or is it for everybody? Is it because the signers of the Declaration of Independence were wealthy landowners for the most part? That they say you have inalienable rights? Are those rights only for people who do what rich people say? Should we speak in code while people are dying in the streets? While people are dying of suicide and drug overdoses? Dying because they don't have adequate access to health care? Should we confuse people about what's right and wrong? The government is supposed to combat the attacks on our democracy where it makes sense. And part of a democracy is a person's right to argue for another system. It's part of their constitutional rights, part of a true democracy. Because you don't like that my debates prove me right, that my argument is stronger than yours, you are persecuting me. And that's not right. That's not constitution. Even right now, I'm being fumed and I'm stumbling on my words. And there are thousands of videos where I'm not stumbling on my words so much, which overkill the fact that when I say I'm stumbling on my words because I'm fumed, that the overwhelmingly logical assumption and sound conclusion is that I am. And I have 23 witnesses on record to the psychological operation against me and the greatest attack on American democracy in human history. The suppression of the person who has proven logically that he is Christ, the idea that Christ is superimposed on in the Bible. Because there's racists out there, because there's token minorities out there, because there's LGBT fanatics out there, they don't want the masses of people to know that Jesus is back, he's here, and he wants you to rally. He is me. Because they play a stupid, they're on the news with their legs folded game. They're giving a speech in Washington. There's some corporate guy giving a speech. That's not really that's not power, that's corruption. And that same spirit of corruption is persecuting the Son of God. And it's costing everyone in this country and on this planet dearly. And they look dumber than Pee Wee Herman when he was accused of being a child molester.